But the one thing I will say that makes websites look like templates in terms of design is that most of these websites that I see on GoHighLevel, they use the same font, which is Montserrat. You will probably find it. Montserrat is basically a font that I see on a lot of pages, and it does not make you stand out from the crowd. Hey everybody, my name is William Villalobos, and I run a handful of companies that are dedicated to helping marketers and marketing companies get the best out of graphic design, video editing, landing pages on GoHighLevel and WordPress. So in this specific channel, we're going to be looking at landing pages that are sent to us by viewers or people that we know in our network that want us to criticize their landing pages and their websites from the point of view of a designer and an expert in the UI UX psychology of marketing. Every once in a while we'll get repeated guests, and sometimes we'll get a new one that will focus on what is the psychology behind producing websites that are converting, websites that are optimized for sales or for creating traffic. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Thanks, Aaron, for being my companion on this yet again.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, let's jump into it. Stoked to see another site.
Perfect. So we're gonna look today at another website that has been sent by somebody our way. By the way, if you want your website critiqued, just make sure you let us know in the comments, or there will be a link under this video which you can actually let us know that you want your website to be looked at by us. So let me just share my screen now. Let's look into this, and it will be loading in a second, and Aaron will let me know what he thinks, and I will let you know. So Aaron will be commenting on the psychology behind all of these websites, and I will be commenting on the design part of it as much as I can and as much as he can on everything that we can see. Of course, you are welcome to use some of these comments, all of them or none of them at all. So it's all good. Here we go. So we haven't seen this before. I mean, I briefly saw it because I had to open up the link, but you haven't seen it before. It seems that this is everythingbutthelawn.com. And let me just do an overview quickly. I'm going to scroll down slowly, and then we can comment on it, okay? That's how it works section, enter your info, services we provide. Services, highly skilled technicians, professional and respectful service. Need to repair, give us a call for Handyman, timely services. Get a free estimate, 49% off your initial service. All right. So let's go for it. So initial thoughts, Aaron.
Yeah, so initial thoughts would be, okay, first of all, it really looks like a template. That's kind of my first piece of feedback. There's not really any proof elements. That it could easily just, I see there is some pictures of the house, but that, or the roof and patio, it's kind of confusing, as I wasn't sure if it was a roofing company at first, because it looks like there's a lot of different services. I would probably lead with the images of the work that they've done, just to make it really clear exactly kind of what it is that they do, which looks like it's patio, kind of like patio roofing. And then the next thing is just the call to action with the most relevant thing is just going to be name, phone number, email, just to make it as simple as possible, because when people see a form with a bunch of different fields, it's going to cause resistance. If you really need all of that information right away, I would split it into so that you enter the email, name, phone number, and then it opens up another slide, which you can do in HighLevel, and then ask them one thing at a time. Just because it just looks intimidating. It's like people are filling out a quiz right when they land on the site. And you want to appeal to a specific problem when someone lands on the page. And it's not really exactly clear to me what the main service or thing that they provide. That could be, I mean, it looks kind of general, but that's kind of.
And I was going to say that super general, right? Like a handyman can do so many handy things. What are those specifically? So,
yeah,
I mean, if you scroll down, you'll see. Let's just go quickly on that. all of this stuff, right?
I
Five-star
would
repair, soft filter
most
repair, la, 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 la.
the service that makes you the most money is what I would probably lead with your site with, and then you can be then that's going to be your most high value service that you probably want to do the most of. So I would create the basically what you want them to take action on, and then okay, awesome, we also do all this other stuff as well. But if you lead generally, it's just a lot. People aren't going to find you because if they were typing in one of these keywords and it's not the first thing on the site, then you're really going to compete with people that do specialize. So I would usually try, even if you are a handyman, just try to find the service that makes you the most money and then try to focus around that when building the site, and then just be like, okay, yeah, we also do all this one thing. Then there's a chance that, once you make that connection with them, they're going to need all these services over a long period of time. But the biggest thing is that you want to get in contact with the person first, rather than generalize, and then they're going to try to they're going to look for someone who specializes in what they need.
Somebody that can actually fix their exact specific problem that they're actually searching for. So here's a thought, and let me know what you think. So let's say, because I see like, I don't know, 15 services here, right? Let's say they have 3 bestsellers. What if, and let me know what you think, once you decided the structure of the page is all optimized based on what we're saying, etc., that you build actually 3 exact landing pages that are almost a carbon copy of each other, but they're only the above the fold is based on those specific high sellers. So one will be deck repair, the other one will be ceiling fan installs, and the other one will be light fixtures, let's say. So they will be like, in need of a light fixture specialist, we will do this, and that. And that will actually pop up whenever people are in Google searching for that specific type of repair, and it will actually prompt you to that landing page. Now, this will be everything by the lawn / live fixtures, and then you will land on that. And then so you create highly hyper specific pages on the high seller services. They all have the same structure, the same kind of like proof of authority and all this type of stuff, but they're specific in the messaging that they're portraying on the top of the fold. What do you think about that approach?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm really curious as to what this would look like on mobile. But if you scroll down a little bit here, the biggest thing that's missing here is there is a clear call to action, but it's a small button that says claim $49 off and then get a free quote now. So those are, I would put the get a free quote now at the above the fold, so that when you land on the page, it's very clear that you click the button. That button can open up the survey, or you can have the survey embedded but I would only have the first few fields of it. Like, just have it very simple so that when they land on the page, it's like, click, okay, have the call to action. It has to be on the first fold. That's kind of
I agree with that. One thing I would say in terms of design, everything but the lawn is a mouthful of a name, but okay. Maybe it's too late to change that. But the one thing I would say that makes websites look like templates in terms of design is that most of these websites that I see on GoHighLevel, they use the same font, which is Montserrat. You will probably find it. Montserrat is basically a font that I see on a lot of pages, and it does not make you stand out from the crowd. So I will actually consider doing something that is skinnier and taller, something close to Bebas Neue or Noe. I don't know how you pronounce that. Or something. There's a font called Fjalla. I think it's Fjalla, which is a kind of like a powerful font. It's not that wiggly and stuff. It's very straightforward, very close to Bebas Neue. And that will be a good replacement for these Montserrat fonts. Everyone and their dog has the Montserrat font on their landing pages. And I think it's because it's one of the first fonts that are available there. If you go to the default settings and just pick a different font, that will be really helpful. The other thing I would say is that, yes, Aaron says, call to action, get rid of this form on the above the fold. And if you really need to tell people how this works, these whatever icons need to be designed first of all, and they also need to be 75% smaller than this, like literally a quarter of that. Let's see. I wonder, do you think, I don't know, maybe I'm confused here. Do you think these pictures are real or they're from, well, they look kind of real. Maybe they're from the real.
I would lead with
They look,
those images because you're
you will
trying to
leave that. You will put on the top, yeah.
yeah, on the
I mean, not
header.
in the top, in the next section.
Another thing, going back to what you're saying about the font, even before you think about the font really isn't a huge deal, but the readability here, basically, it's kind of hard, especially
Yeah. What?
orange is a really like orange and red. I tend to stay away from because I know it's funny because I have a yellow hat on, but like those colors can be hard on people's eyes. And especially like if you look at this, like it's really when I see this text, the orange font on the black background, it's kind of like
Yeah.
it's not easy. It's not easily readable. You can
Also because of the image. But yeah.
you want, but if people can't, and then the small text, white on orange, like that's just not. It's not easy for me to read. So readability, and then focus on readability always first, and then focus on design after that. And you can't really do any wrong as long as people can read. So that's like
Yeah.
some really small text as well. That's a different font though. So I mean, it is black on
I would
white
say,
to read, but it just
I mean, if, let's say Orange is your brand. If you want to just go safe, make a white website with black letters and do orange as a tiny highlight. For example, that underline can be the orange thing, or the background here will be completely white, and maybe the title will be underlined in orange or something. And these are a black, solid black. The other thing I will say is that this is strange. A lot of people do this. You can see that the text is on the left and whatever image is on the right. Whenever you have two things next to each other, you don't want to indent your titles to the center. This is kind of contradictory to each other. This is indented to this is centered, and this is indented to the left. So it's either all indented to the left, all indented to the right, or center. And if it's going to be center, it better be at the center of the page. So I will say, if this is going to be text on the left and some kind of image on the right, because we said you might not want this form here, you might want to indent this to all the way to the right, which means all of these are to the right, or all the way to the left. But that decision has to be made. The other thing I will say is that I'm not so sure if, what do you think about listing things on the above the fold, just like that, as if it was like a list of items?
I would focus like just like you were saying how these two things kind of compete for your attention. Think of it like a hierarchy of what you want to communicate about your brand and what action you want them to take. Because when I land on this, I don't know which one I'm supposed to read first. It's kind of like a thing like just if you open a newspaper, you can always tell like what the hierarchy of like what you're supposed to pay attention to. These are kind of competing against each other. They're essentially you could even just by switching the form to the left, that kind of because you want them to take that action. But I would make that headline bigger, definitely. But I would just kind of simplify this so it's just like one call to action. So you're just not competing for that hierarchy of attention when people first land on the page. They're overwhelmed with what am I supposed to read here? Am I supposed to read this or am I supposed to read that?
Yeah. In terms of design as well, I mean, in terms of languages and the way that you structure the corners of every single, this button right here, curved corners, this button right here, straight corners, this button right here, straight corners. A decision has to be made. It has to be, I think, either all curved corners or all straight corners, so it looks like they're part of the same family. Again, I think I get the idea that you're putting a lot of images behind text, but I think as Aaron was saying earlier, the juxtaposition of these images with the text, it makes for a lot of noise to the eye. So it's hard to read some of these things. So either these need to be tamed down, basically with a darker black wash on top of it, and you can get a hint of the image behind it, or just get rid of the image whatsoever. You can put it on the side, just like this, and then have the text on the side. So just divide that so the eye can image text.
So if you scroll to the bottom there, like that need to repair, give us a call. If you just scroll down, I actually like that a lot. Like that's actually, honestly what I would lead. I would put this section here, just that bottom section. That should be that's actually pretty well designed and should be at the top. It's very clean.
Above the fold.
This should be your main header, I think, because look, everything's there.
Need to repair.
And then the only thing that I would change is having an image of some of your work that is the thing that you want them to. The most valuable service that you do, show proof of that in your background. But like, I actually like this this section right here, I would say that would be pretty much all you need to do is move that to the top, and that's just
That's a good comment.
button. So it just says claim your $49, just so it's a less text. But other than that, I think that's pretty clean.
Perfect. Hey, if you're liking what you're seeing, do not forget to go below this video and find some more information about the companies that either myself or our guests are running. Also, don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to comment on this video, because that really helps other people that are interested on the same subject. And if you're new to GoHighLevel, please make sure to link on the link below that will help you sign up to GoHighLevel directly. One thing that I see across the board when it comes to high-level landing pages, GoHighLevel landing pages give you this default image for all your chats, but a lot of people don't go back and change that chat image. Please do change that, and if you can, change it to somebody that doesn't look that perfect. Like, just anybody that looks real, that there's a little bit of like a realness to the person that is there. I know we all want to look professional and like a huge companies, but sometimes people relay, mostly if this is a local service to a specific region, if it looks like it's a real person that is there behind the scenes. Because this is starting to look too generic. I see it in a lot of websites. So those, as you said, it look a bit of like a template. These little moves that you make here and here and here and there will start to make this look like it's not on high level, but it's actually a site that is for your local business doing local business stuff. So anyway, so any last words or comments on these, Aaron?
In the case of like a handyman service or something like say to do with roofing, generally like that, I would also add some kind of human element to it, like just maybe just showing them that you're a real person. Because like you said with the chat thing, it looks templatized, but you want to add that human element of like, hey, this is someone that you're dealing with. Like, I know that it's the local family owned business. Just have something like a picture of your family or like who you are and why they should go with you. Not just so that they know that they're talking to a person that runs a business, rather than whereas this kind of just looks like a generic.
You totally right. I've seen a trend lately, where small businesses try to depersonalize themselves to look bigger, and actually bigger businesses try to be more personalized by adding, this is our team, even though it's like 120 people, but they look like a real picture of people on the steps, like just going like that. And I think a lot of the smaller businesses are missing that opportunity. So yeah, like here's me and here's my wife and my dog, chat to chat today, chat to Charlie today, or whatever. And just put that picture. Mostly when it comes to local businesses.
Like if they're going to be coming to your house to work on your house, then if you have you on the website and that you're going to talk to them, that's going to give them a level of comfortability compared to like wanting to even if you feel like you're looking like a bigger company, it just creates that trust factor that's going to be an element when you get on a sales call with them as well.
100%. So, okay, cool. Those are really good. By the way, if you haven't decided that orange is your color, it's still not too late to change that to, for example, really dark green, like the ones that you have in your logo. So, are we good with this one, Aaron?
Yeah, I think so. All good.
Perfect. Guys, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are using GoHighLevel, great. If you haven't gotten started with GoHighLevel yet, please look at our affiliate link below on this video, or please look at our link below this video in which you can actually sign up to GoHighLevel. And other than that, we'll see you on the next episode in which we can actually criticize websites built on GoHighLevel or that are potentially getting built on GoHighLevel. If you want us to crit your site, please just reach out to us. There's probably some links below that will let you do that. Talk to you guys soon. See you later.